Miguelino. Miguelino, say what's up.
What's up?
Also joining us, our other co-host, the Dream. Dream, say what's up.
What's up?
And joining us from Submission Sense AI. It's
All right.
Sen- did I say it right? It's Sense AI.
Yeah, we're hearing different people call it different things. I'm gonna let whoever wants to call it whatever they want can call it whatever they want.
Oh, you guys call it
Sensei,
Sensei.
Sensei. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very
So,
interesting.
very interesting app, man. We're looking at your website, and it basically you're typing and you're basically asking it about a move,
Yeah.
and this GIF or GIF, however you want to call it, you know, goes up and shows
glad
you
you
the
said it.
move.
Yes.
So,
it's
I mean, I've never seen anything like that, but it says that it's like it's easier to recognize the pattern. Is
right.
is that right?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just listening to a podcast. First off, y'all, my name's Sid Nanda. Yep, started this Jiu-Jitsu AI startup. Train out of 50/50 in Arlington Ryan Hall's gym. A shitty blue belt, trying to get not so shitty. One smashed half at a time. But hey, yeah. So the I just listened to a podcast where Joseph Chen is talking about how he uses instructionals, and it's so crazy how well it aligns to what we're trying to do. What he basically does is he listens to the whole instructional on 2x speed, so he puts on whatever Danaher positional escapes or offensive to defensive, whatever his guard instructionals are, and he just clips all of the techniques. So he goes through and literally does a screen recording of like 60-second moves max. And he puts them in this kind of notepad and he keeps just viewing the technique over and over again in this sort of looping format. And that he said on one of these podcasts that has really accelerated his learning because he just gotta look at what's happening and kind of visualize himself doing the move, and sure enough he ends up kind of doing these moves in training sometimes without even drilling. And it definitely relates with me because when I first started training jiu-jitsu 2019, I did something similar. I didn't actually record each of the moves like Joseph Chen did, but I watched Danaher on 2x speed, and it's crazy. Like I just started doing the moves randomly without having drilled them once. And I don't know if y'all have kind of experienced that where you watch some video, some self-study
Mental
footage, and
reps.
like yeah, mental reps, your subconscious kind of absorbs it, and then you go to training and suddenly you're hitting these moves that you haven't drilled before. Has that ever happened to y'all?
Dude, watching PGF, it's like a free live instructional for you.
Yeah.
You see some cool stuff. You're like, I'm gonna try that one day. Might not look as cool as these guys, but yo boy tried.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
I've definitely scrubbed videos back and forth and
Mhm.
things like that, but I've never really thought about it in the way that of getting maybe just down to the
Mhm.
meat of it all and just
Yeah.
putting that on a tiny little loop. I've always just kind of did the scrub back thing. But I'm
Yeah.
also I like listening. Now, caveat: it's got to be people I like, but I do like listening to guys talk that
Yeah.
have a good philosophy. So I'm like that kind of nerd as well. Like if you got
Yeah.
a good philosophy, I'll sit and listen to that as well. But as far as the video goes, that's a really interesting thing that maybe
Yeah.
I wish I would have had back in the day.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm in the similar vein. I actually kind of like listening to people talk about principles and concepts. I think it's really from a if you're kind of just like listen to you guys talk, put it on YouTube while I'm like doing the dishes or something. Super awesome. When I'm trying to how do I get better in the shortest amount of time, especially as a white belt? Sometimes I just want to ask my coach a question and I'm just too shy. I'm just too shy to ask it, or I'm afraid of kind of asking that stupid question that maybe he's already talked about in class. I don't want to be that idiot, right? So here you can just ask the AI, like in this,
Oh,
in
yeah.
this, yeah,
Play the demo.
like in this one here, you just ask the question, hey, my shots keep failing. what do I do? And it's because it's powered by a nice little inspirational quote from Hickson there, the legend. It gives you actually a GIF of Matt Elkins in BJ365 doing the technique, failed shot to double leg, peek out instantly. And then you can kind of hit save, that save button, and kind of retrieve that technique later on in the later in the app. So in that demo there. So at any point in time, you can kind of build this library of techniques, go back and see them, and get your jiu-jitsu where you need it to be.
So wait, go back to that order of operation you just had pulled up really quick. If is that thing you can do really quick.
What is it?
Rewind
like
the video?
on the thing where it had the like 4 or 5 options, I think.
Or just the steps. Yeah, go like halfway through the video. We could see the prompt or the response it gave back.
Talking about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
right.
there.
Okay, so if encountered
Failed shot recovery steps. Okay.
So, okay, number 5 is what he got me with on the finale, y'all. In the playoffs.
I think I got a picture of
after I sprawled on him the first time, that's what he did was number 5. That was he jumped to number 5 on me, got the second leg and got a clean takedown. So legit, that's one of the steps that's Matt Elkins would use to actually take down an opponent.
Let's fucking go. And Steven, that's what we want to do eventually, man.
That's legit as hell. No, that's what I thought. That was cool.
Hey, shout out to Matt Scaff for being the uke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's something
That's
too
legit.
that something got to call out too that I really like. They're seeing the whole counter thing, right? Like, how sick is that? That if you're someone that's very like full of hate because someone dunked on you, you type in what they did, and you're like, oh, here comes the counter, my boy. That's genius, man.
Exactly, man. That's
Yeah.
It really came to fruition rolling with Abi. He keeps his reverse De La Hiva to crab ride is just so annoying. Like I find myself as much as I know it's coming, it's going to happen to me anyway. And so I was like, that's like one of the first techniques like we added was like, okay, how do I get out of crab ride? How do I like turn behind me and get that sort of tight waist underhook? Because I don't want that to happen to anyone else.
So where do the videos coming from? I mean, because somebody could type like, "How do I get out of a twister?" Do you have that? I mean, how do you put that into the library?
Where do you source the videos?
Right. That's a great question. So right now, it comes from three main places. The first is Brandon's BJJ365 like instructional archive. So we've partnered with BMAC, and he is, as you guys know, an absolute legend, visionary, and also just radiates sort of kindness. And he was like, hey, y'all use this giant Jedi archive library I have. So everything that's in BJ365 is going to be kind of searchable. So everything from, how do I do the truck? How do I counter the truck? What are some submissions from the truck? What is how do I do a steamo lock? How do I prevent these steamo lock? Everything that you see in that archive, all the wrestling footage, wrestling techniques that Matt Elkins has. Shout out Southern Sensei. We really we're really grateful that Brandon has given us access to this amazing library of techniques that really work. Like they're not just bullshit techniques.
Except for the punch stroke. That's the hill I'm willing to die on.
He's gotten me with it, so I can't talk shit about it.
Man, I would never have admitted that. I'd die.
Oh man,
That's the only way I would know it worked is because I would die, and then I would never know it worked. So
yeah. I had a chance to roll with BMAC this past week, and I know he was being nice to me, but man, his mount, holy shit! I was just dying. I was dying in there, and I really rely on the kipping escape. Usually, I'm usually able to get out pretty well into like one leg X or whatever. But I was like, oh fuck, BMAC, my kipping escape didn't work. He was like, yeah, that's a fake technique, man. That's bullshit technique. And I was like, what do you mean?
Don't say that about anything that doesn't work.
everything's fake.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, well, that only works on people without a good mount because if you keep your head pinned down, you can't actually bring it forward to kip properly. And I was like, that's fucking wild. Then he asked like, right, Stephen, we were all out to dinner. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? It's crazy. Yesterday?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah, that was
It's crazy.
yesterday.
Wild, bro. I can't even. So yeah, he asked Matt Elkins like, "Hey, is kipping escape?" He was like, "Nah, bullshit technique." I was like, "Okay." So, these are verified.
Matt Elkins also disagrees with break falls, so we're just
Wait,
you know,
what? Wait, what? Wait, Steven, tell
like
me
break
more,
falls
man.
are
Wait, what?
not real.
Not real.
Break falls are also fake, according to Matt. So apparently, you just wrestle through it.
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't need my shoulder, I don't need my AC joint. It's all good.
Now,
It's all.
I mean
good.
that archive is huge.
Yeah.
Are you having somebody go video by video and just extracting everything, or do you have like a software that's going to be like, I got this, and just
That's-
break it down?
So it's literally us. Like every single day, we're putting in hours of time, manual labor, trying to get every technique into this, type it up. We're watching the video, typing it up, categorizing it with the sort of system so that the sort of the index kind of knows exactly what to retrieve and retrieve the right one. So it's a very manual stuff, manual sort of process, and that's also why there's a lot of these kind of there's AI type grappling stuff that are popping up now after this. And I tell them, hey, look, if you guys want to do what we're gonna do, like good luck, doing it, because it takes so much manual time. And thankfully, we have a great team, 4 or 5 people, building this sort of this what's called a RAG database, vector embedded database. Maybe you're familiar, where we have like this database of
One of them.
Yep. this database of all these GIFs that we're constantly expanding. We want to, for right now, we have most of them coming from BMAC. We had the pleasure of trying to work with Matt Arroyo as well in the early stages of this. It didn't work out, but Matt also, like Brandon, extremely kind, giving person. He's like, hey, you guys just use the GIF content, technique content I've given you. It's no worries. It didn't work out this time. He's juggling a lot of different projects, couldn't take this on. So right now the library is filled with these awesome techniques from BMAC, Jedi Archive, and Matt Arroyo's technique library as well. And then we're kind of filling in the gaps, Abi and I. I mean, Abi is a Nogi Worlds competitor, pretty awesome at jiu-jitsu, and I'm his UK who gets beat up in training from him. So these are also, I promise you, techniques that work.
Are you reaching out to coaches that are sort of popular that most people know and be like, hey, can we work with you on maybe having your stuff on our library, that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely always open to that, because we want to make sure that this has the best highest quality moves that really work against live opponents. So we haven't kind of made a concerted effort to do that yet, because we still have so many techniques from the Jedi Archive to port over. But once we kind of run out, this is gonna be ever expanding. To your point, every single month we're going to be adding 200 300 techniques. It's at around 400 450 right now. So this time, I mean, in a year, 2 years, we hope to be at least 1,000 2,000 that are critically like all searchable, right? Like you want to make sure that it's not giving you poor results or mismatched results. So right now, just to be candid, we're still kind of building this. We're still in development mode. It's still in beta mode. It's not perfect. So the people that we want to join right now and kind of go are people that we want to kind of work alongside and build this kind of collaborative journey together, right? This is the start of something new, and this is going to be the worst that the AI is ever going to be. So if you're someone, a tech kind of forward grappler, wants to give us feedback on the app, help shape the product, help make it better. That's who we want sort of joining the waitlist at the stage, and that's who we want as we go through this journey.
No, man,
He's our IT guy, and he's
yeah,
our
man. I'm the tech nerd over here. I even like earlier filled out the wait list thing because super cool. Like, dude, I'm telling you, you know, what's pretty cool is, and I'm not going to name anything, so you have a competitor that's trying to do something similar. But what makes yours more interesting is this: you have a GIF. A GIF is harder, you know, however you have it generating the GIF based off the parameters someone gives and the prompt. Dude, that's tough right there. You know, again, I get to work with data, and a video is sometimes easier to retrieve because you straight up say, play at this timestamp or whatever. You have a freaking GIF, so you're having to create something extra out of this, right? Then, like you said, you know, you're training up your AI model to be like, here's this, you can do these steps, save this, or yo, let me show you how to counter this. Like, dude, to me, that's crazy. Because you know, again, I'm a huge jiu-jitsu nerd. I do nothing but eco training now. I'm one of those guys.
Oh,
right?
nice.
And like this kind of thing is really nice because again, you get to have a kid that's maybe drilling the way we drill, where they're like, man, I can't find getting stuck in this spot. Yeah, 100% dork. You have a guy that might get stuck here. They think, all right, let me look up some stuff in this pathway that I'm hitting. You are giving them a solution. And my biggest thing, right, when we're talking about noise, like I'm one of those weirdos. When I lock in, I have to have music in the background, and nothing worse than you look up some jujitsu stuff and your music stops because the video started playing. So, dude, you solved an issue for a lot of people right there alone. Freaking awesome.
Thanks so much for saying that. I mean, I feel the same way. It's intentional. We had a lot of like productive disagreements and debates. Some people wanted the videos on there. I was pretty hell bent on, hey, no video, no sound. If we want sound, they can click a button and get it. But I just want the technique to be shown. I don't want anyone to have to wait for a buffer off a YouTube link or to load or anything like that. I just want it to play. I want it to play, and I want you to see that same GIF looping for 3-4 times. And you know, your subconscious mind learns faster than you do. I was listening to a Jeff Glover, like my game is very like deep half, like funnel into deep half. So obviously Jeff Glover, big influence of mine, and one of his one of his earliest instructionals kind of got me into playing deep half. He talks about this concept of just monkey see, monkey do. Like when during his instructional that I found super valuable, he just like, I'm going to do this technique over and over again, and you all are just going to watch me do it, and trust me, it works. And it worked for me, and I'm just trying to spread this sort of gospel to everyone as well.
So I have a question. I guess hopefully it makes the most sense. And so Mickey, this would be maybe something you'd help me maybe relate to also maybe. So it has the Jedi Archive, which is Brandon, and then the wrestling, which is maybe Matt or whatever. But what if someone asked a question of like, I am a heavyweight, I'll just describe myself. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm 265. And this problem's happening. Would that be the same answer from Brandon or for someone that's my size, do you think? Or would there be a time that you think that there would be something else that would develop through that? And I don't even know if there is a different answer in real life jiu-jitsu. Like that's the thing I think about myself as a coach. So I wonder.
No, this is great. Let's get into this. So this is one of the most kind of game-changing pieces of feedback that Brandon gave to the early iteration of the app, which is, hey, if we're really making this a coach, like a coach is different from like even like a teacher, right? A coach is someone that listens to you, that guides you along this journey. And so what we actually recently added to the app, and if you're an early beta user, you can play around with it. I'd love for y'all to play around with it for sure. After this, we'll hit you up on the iOS beta app. But if you enable this coach mode, like in that situation, I'm a heavyweight. Maybe what are some good I guess fundamental. What's a good sort of game plan for me to make, or what should I be mindful of? It'll ask you questions back. So it'll help kind of guide you to the answer that you're seeking. and so that's there's sort of this interactive
Okay.
element where it also learns more about you through this second kind of feature that we have recently implemented, which is a sort of training log. So every training, if you're like me, I have like a 20-minute drive to the gym, and the 20 minutes back, like everyone, right? I'm just thinking about, fuck, like I should have, I shouldn't have left my arm dangling for the Kimura there as I was trying to pass half. Should have used my head to kind of get in the way. I didn't do that. Or, everyone's thinking about, what happened. So what we want to implement is a means for you to just talk about your role to the AI, and it learns about you, and then it kind of describes a game that's specific to what you are working on or having trouble with. So
That's cool.
yeah, so it'll give you like recommendation plans based on your height, your size, your weight level, flexibility. It'll give you gifts from the library, depending on what you enter into the training log as well. And this is really the tip of the iceberg. We want to enable a means for you to upload your video and get feedback on the video, something that we're playing around with right now, which will be really valuable, I think, to competitors as well. And if you're a gym owner, if you're someone seasoned black belt with a cohort of students, this I think could be really beneficial to help get your white belts into the habit of studying outside of the gym. Like for me personally, I don't know about y'all, but like the first year of training, first like probably 3 months of training, I just went to the gym 3-4 times a week, and I didn't do anything outside of it. But as soon as I started incorporating self-study, my training regime, I just got exponentially better. So that's another kind of good value for the coaches.
Dude, it's so crazy to think about that because I was talking to my son actually about this, who's 11, the other day. And when I started training, YouTube was just like kind of becoming a thing at all that you could do with stuff. And nobody was really doing much instructionals or anything. There was some stuff coming out, but it wasn't really like built for that. It was like old VHS stuff that was being like transferred over to YouTube or something, So it was just like a really, really different thing now compared, especially something like this, to where you could just ask, hey, I'm having this issue or whatever, and then now it's going to give you an answer there, to where it was like, I don't know what to do from here if my coach doesn't have a good answer. We just got to kind of like figure it out together.
Right, exactly. Right now, candidly, right, I mentioned this before, we're still in beta mode. So, for example, there are a lot of issues related, actually, maybe you'll appreciate this, man, like some of the more like natural language processing type of questions. Like, for example, if I ask it like, hey, what are some good deep half guard techniques? I asked this the other day, and the first thing it gave me was a counter to deep half guard. Like the reverse half guard, putting their, your like leg over their face and kind of turning around. Like, that's what it gave me as a first answer, because it thought deep half guard technique included like counters. Yeah, counters, exactly. And the second one was Brandon, doing deep half up to a single, right? Perfect. The third one was an entry from, I think, reverse de la Hiva or something like that. We give you 3 gifts to kind of swipe from. But the first one was so wrong, right? So that's a big kind of technical problem we're kind of solving right now.
So like, I don't know, man. I guess that's how you frame the answer too, though, because to me, I learned a lot from watching what people did to counter stuff, or to like, like how to beat it. Like, how did they beat the deep half guard? Oh, I can't let them step over my head, so I got to make sure. So stuff like that too. So I don't think that's totally like a bad answer in that way, because sometimes maybe that is what they're kind of looking for, is like they don't even know how to ask the question almost, because that is a pretty vague question. Right. And so so that's really interesting, because I learned a lot from like seeing counters and was like, how do I stop the common counter? Because deep half's also my game as an older grappler. Lockdown also, stuff like that, which plays into the same like systems to me. So yeah, guys, step over the head. That's a very common issue for people who play this system. So then we need to have an answer, so figuring out what are the problems sometimes too.
Yeah.
Maybe a thing.
Maybe that is a
I
great.
don't know. That's interesting.
So I do got a button here, right? So something, I'm being a little nerdy over here. Took some Tylenol
please.
maybe before this show today. So a big thing, right? I'm obviously working tech. AI. It's one of those things where some people will abuse it, but what people fail to realize is it can be a great tool. Like at work, when I don't understand a problem, I tell it, hey, tell me this in no-gi terms. Guess what? Something super complex, broke it down so that my smooth brain can process it. What I think is very interesting about this approach, though, is like you were building out earlier that it learns the user. I think to Dream's point, if a user might have issues with certain things, like it says, hey, I'm a bigger guy, maybe I can't do certain moves, or like straight up, like a guy our size, we're not going to bear him bolo out of choice, right? Like something's going really wrong for me to at least try that.
I'm just trying to flex on you. If I
right,
do
no,
that.
yeah. Right, show it off. But you're giving it these ideas, so it starts to know more and more what a user either can do, can't do, or even let's just say you have a guy that says, yo, I'm never going to do this because I don't want to do this. Well, it could probably tell like, yo, dude, you're gonna make your life harder, but here's some other options or things to look out for. It's gonna be up to the users as well to determine the experience they get, which is what's nice about this type of technology.
It's so spot on and well said. Like I honestly, I contemplated quitting jujitsu for like the first 4 months because we were literally doing closed guard, and I'm like 5'6". Like everyone gets blasted. Like everyone just breaks my closed guard immediately. And I was like, I can't even wrap my legs around most people, right? I was like, man, this is what jiu-jitsu is about, like just freaking close guard. And then we started, I watched that Danaher video, started playing more deep half and more the under game, the Marcelo stuff. I was like, wait a second, jiu-jitsu can be fun. Like maybe, and there's like different, that's the beauty about it, right? Like there's different games for every different build, different age, different flexibility. So why wouldn't you have this sort of grappling companion be kind of personalized to your preference, your body type, your flexibility, your age, and that's also something that I think will help us in our really mission here, which is twofold. And it's number one, it's to get white belts to that stage, that blue belt level, and number two is to make sure blue belts don't quit, and so these kind of, and of course underpinning like all of this is, I think, is a philosophy aligned with PGF. It's let's just get more people into the sport, let's make sure they grow into the sport, grow through the ranks and don't quit, and I think the more that we can kind of cater jiu-jitsu to the person using AI, that's a great way to make sure people stay in this beautiful sport.
Yeah. Even too, right. Going, before I lived where I currently live, I had moments where training was sometimes tough to go to because I was in school. There was moments where like I maybe train once a week and I had to rely on trying to find the right content. Right. So let's say I'm the person that, like you mentioned, maybe your coach isn't as good at something, right? And you're trying to figure out, guess what? You have something to go on. And it makes that self-study journey a little bit easier. Because think about it, with jiu-jitsu, we're unfortunately one of those sports where it doesn't have that barrier of financial, commitments like other ones do. But at a certain level, if you don't have training that matches what you need, you might have to shell out a lot of either time to find good resources or upfront pay that $200 for Danaher's DVD that, like Joseph Chen, hey, maybe he had to speed through it because Danaher's just saying some deep stuff that he ain't trying to hear right now, right? Or, right? I ain't trying to hear someone tell me to hit a Nissan Altima just to go to a Mitsubishi Cross, bro. Like, sometimes you need these kind of things to really dive down with this. And ideally, like I say before, you're really just helping people optimize jiu-jitsu in ways that we never thought of before. Like, I'll even gas you up. Like, dude, you guys might have a solution that's going to help like people fix their golf game, right? Like someone says, hey man, what's up with my short game? This is going on. Dude, you're setting a great foundation that has more carryover than this, than what we're doing here. It's super
He might get rid of McDojos altogether because who the fuck wants
to? They're going to be like, why am I going to pay this contract and this uniform policy? And I can just talk to this app and go to Open Mats and try this. Like, what?
Well, there are a couple things.
That's it.
Hey, dog, you just opened a school. I was gonna say that. You just, trying to close yourself down right now already, or what?
Yeah, I am. I'm joking.
I just go to AI. It's fine.
Hey, I'll tell them. Hey, AI school.
No,
It's
it
cool.
is cool. It's just fun like that. There's been instructionals are fine. Like students come in, lots of students watch instructionals. And the thing I think with this that's interesting is that I've had guys that have grown in, some of my best guys over time, but when they were newer, everybody gets into that thing where you're like, oh, uh, this is the hot grappler. He's winning, so I'm gonna buy his latest instructional. And it's like basically kind of what you said in some ways, like this doesn't fit your game, brother. Like you don't have like the prerequisites to kind of make this make sense for you. It's not that this is even bad or good. It's just not for you right now. And you spent this money on this instructional, and now you're coming to ask me to fit the pieces for you right here. And now I was like, that's what I'm trying to do. Like every day right now. So you're trying to, it's interesting like that. So instead of just getting the thing, you could even maybe, of course, you could eventually prompt it to ask a specific like kind of technique from a kind of, like a whoever kind of grappler, like a Craig Jones or a Gordon Ryan or a Marcelo Garcia or a Hajar Gracie or whoever in those ways, like in the style of, because I do that stuff when I'm using AI agents for other like projects and stuff that I do. Like, give me something in the style of this, in the style of that. Give me something with this influence, stuff like that. So I think that would be a very interesting like addition to it all as well. So you can cut out some of the.
I know a guy who knows
wasted space.
He can probably give me
He's gonna teach you the cross choke from the mount, brother. Close guard for life. And close guard, but he's also 6'13", so so it makes sense in that way too. But that stuff like that is interesting too. Like he's just gonna do the game to you no matter what.
Yeah, and what you mentioned something that's really interesting, which we are also trying to play around with, is if we can have some sort of like profile questionnaire kind of game, just to assess your current level of experience, then those kind of personalized like recommendations, yeah, for sure. Those personal recommendations can be catered to your belt level. So when you do enter in your training and you tell them, hey, I just spent most of my rounds in smash half guard or side control, and it'll focus on it'll give you gifts of escapes rather than buggy chokes. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to learn the buggy choke if you're getting smash side control. Just learn how to recover guard or get your frames in, and the basics, right? And I think that is another kind of way that this app can help people that are newer to the sport. It's like there's fundamentals you gotta master and learn. And even like for me, someone my first gym, we didn't have the mat space to do too much wrestling. And so when I got a blue belt in my old gym, came to Ryan's, and he's known for being like a leg lock guy, but like the game, I mean, he would basically, if you ever drop back on, if he saw you dropping back on a leg lock, you get pretty mad, or like if there's an opportunity for you to stand up and you don't build, he'd get pretty mad. And so I had to work on my wrestling game, and I was like white belt at wrestling. Like I didn't know how to finish a single leg from anywhere, let alone defense. And I think if you're, if you are like maybe you come from a gym that is just smaller, there's not enough room to do stand up. This is a good way to learn your wrestling fundamentals, and it's backed by the Southern Sensei. I mean, we're pulling from the wrestling archive, so it's going to be good stuff. It's going to be stuff that
good.
It's real and works, right?
Dream, are you having flashbacks?
Man, I mean, we talked about this a little bit again last night because it's just an interesting part of the whole storyline now at this point, being part of the whole thing with season 2 and Matt, also being there, and we were at the qualifier for the Twisters, and this whole thing is kind of crazy how it's going, in that way. So yeah, so like Matt and I, we went back-to-back matches. Basically, he was my last match of the regular season, and then when we got to the playoffs, he was who I had in the first round of the playoffs. So we just, there was like time between those. It wasn't like this time where you go like the next day or next week.
Yeah.
It was like 3 months or
Condensed.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did like the Ultimate Fighter kind of deal where they pre-recorded it. So in that time, he was like, "Oh, I thought it would be cool and be chill since we already went together one time." And I was like, "No, dude." I was pissed because he beat me the first time. I was like, "I'm gonna come back and make sure I get some get back on this and like,
let's go."
get this thing back." And then he got me again, and it's just like that's I'm skilled and experienced enough now to know that when somebody gets me, it's like, hey, they must be pretty good. So I'm not like mad at him about it. I'm like, it's not like yay.
Lay down.
I'll run it again if y'all got. I mean, if somebody said so, like we could run it. Like I'd still like him. It doesn't make any difference about that either. Like we can still get down.
I mean,
But
it gets you XP points for the
got me.
leaderboards, bro.
Yeah, I gotta get some more XP. I gotta get myself up there higher on the XP boards. Now all these new folks coming in, they're jumping me like with 8 or 9 more seasons after my season now. That's crazy.
That reminds me of a quote from I was listening to Hickson on Joe Rogan like a couple days ago, and Hickson, it was one of the older ones, like old, one of the
Back in the day, yep.
Back in the day, yeah. And Hickson said
pre-Spotify.
Pre-Spotify, yeah, pre-Spotify. He was saying, show me someone who's, show me someone who's cool with losing, and I'll show you someone who's bad at jiu-jitsu or something like that, It's like you gotta right.
Yeah, that's the only way to get. Yeah, Miggy, yeah, he's okay with it because that's all he is. But it's just
my jiu-jitsu is bad is my Instagram username for a reason, good sir.
We're still working on it. There's time. He was a really bad blue belt last year too. I think now he's a really bad purple belt.
Yep, horrendous purple belt.
That's just kind of how it goes too. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm a kind of good blue belt, and they're like, here, now you're the worst purple belt, brother. Congratulations.
You were too confident. Try again.
Let's knock you down a peg or two again.
Yeah. So can we just talk a little bit about the qualifiers, because that was like such an unbelievable experience for me. So my co-founder and I, what's up?
Was that your first one?
Yeah, man, it was our first one in Auburn yesterday at Cage Fit, who's Shane's gym, right? Steven? Yeah, Shane's gym from the Twisters. My goodness, like I mean, obviously I'd seen PGF online for quite some time. I didn't follow every season, but know enough about it. Obviously loved the shot clock, the rule set, but just like the freaking energy there. It was electric. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you haven't been to qualifiers, you should go, because it was 100% submission rate for the adults. Crazy. Every single person, for every single match, there was a submission, and it was just so exciting. Like not just 100% submission rate, but like there was never a lull at all. Everyone was, had eyes glued to the matches, and there were some folks that had drove from Atlanta like 3.5 hours away, just to come visit the qualifiers in Auburn, and it definitely lived up to the expectations. Most of the parents of the kids ended up staying with the kids to watch the event because it was that good. I was asking, I mean, it's kind of like if CGI 1 met the like Dana White Contender Series. That's how I describe it to people that I've been back home, and it's like it just seemed like something was said to the athletes before they went on that
they got the speech.
Yeah, the speech, right? That just brought the best of them, and chatting with like BMAC and Keelan afterwards, like it's so neat just to hear, hey, like we're not looking for the most technical grappler, we're looking for someone that can put on a freaking show, that can entertain, that goes for it, that takes risks, and it was definitely evident, because I had never been in a event like that was so high levels of energy consistently throughout the whole event. So it was just a spectacular experience.
No,
So
I would say like the people at Cage Fit, the home field advantage was crazy. The dude,
Yeah.
the ones that competed out of the gym there,
Yeah.
man, like it was
Chris,
loud.
man. Chris was
And not just
crazy.
like a yes, the pops for Chris McConnell. That's what I have.
Yeah,
That's one of the
yeah,
notes I have right here to talk about was
yeah,
Chris McConnell's like the pop from the crowd when he came
yeah,
out because he obviously he's a coach there, it seems like too, and he's fought out of there for MMA.
yeah, yeah.
So he's really experienced grappler out of there. The kids
Mhm.
there, you could see they were invested in everything
Yeah,
that he was doing, how he was so everything. They were really everybody was super into it.
yeah.
And that's one of the like really cool things about it is that it is that like vibe of everybody's like
was
locked
a
in on
hometown
trying to do that
feel.
thing. Yeah.
That's what it is, and that's
And
why I always keep saying a team must have a city that they represent because
Mhm.
yep,
you're going to have that.
yep,
Every
you
time,
gotta have
your guy walks out
that's
representing,
our guy,
yeah, that's our guy.
Right.
Mhm.
So hell yeah.
That was
No,
cool.
for
It was
sure.
really cool. Like I got me hyped up. I was like, shoot, I'm ready. Like let's run it, So we started kicking up the energy a lot throughout the whole thing then. So it makes it better. I feel like
Yeah.
all around when everybody's like hyped up, the athletes compete better when people are hyped up. When people
Mhm.
are all just like, nobody's tuned in and watching it or
Right.
whatever. Like, the savages are still gonna be savage or whatever and do their
Yeah.
thing, but like it's just different when you get that little crowd
Yeah.
noise and you know that everybody's like locked in on you. You want to perform a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Exactly. Yeah. And even like after every submission, everyone did like a little like thing like that. Anthony Parker who won, like he was doing like his little like bow and arrow stuff. Like,
Mhm.
man, this kid,
Yep.
how old is this kid? He's got to be like a teenager, right?
I
Like
think
he's
it's 17 or 18. So
crazy,
the
man.
winner,
What the
yeah,
heck?
Well, it's not
Parker
the first time,
Salisbury.
or TV dinner, as they
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
That was
So nobody told me that he went by Parker the whole time. I had never like met him or anything, and they just gave me his government. So I was just like Anthony the whole time.
yeah.
And then about his second or third match, I heard people being like Parker, Parker, and I was like, who are they cheering for?
Dude, I had the same thing. I had no clue. I
Like,
thought,
dude, just tell me next time, please.
yeah, I didn't know if his name was Parker. Like me and Abby were both like
Yeah,
whispering. I was like, is that what's his name? Is it
that's his
Parker?
middle name. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then like Abby was like, no, no, his name's Anthony. I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard
Yeah,
Parker.
that's his first name, Parker. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just giving out this guy's whole government information here. His social security number is, so yeah, that's just funny. Like I give it like even like Chris like before one of his matches, he's like, oh yeah, call me Slenderman, and I was like, okay. So I just
Yeah,
said that. It's like I don't whatever
that's
y'all want me to
funny.
say, just tell me what it is, or I'm just gonna go off what the paper says,
Yeah.
But I try to I'll say whatever you want, and stuff like that. So uh that's the fun part of it for me is the announcer for the walkout
Dude, you
part.
have a
Just
knack
how
for it, man.
make
You
get
have a
the
knack
energy
for
like
it.
hyped up.
It was awesome, man. I mean,
It was
obviously
fun.
I've seen it before, but again, just to like when you're there in person, like the energy, you can kind of just feel the energy and the excitement, and
Mhm.
like, yeah, man, you were on your A game, man. It was awesome.
It was fun.
It was.
Just wait till you make a season. Just wait till you go like to one of the big shows.
I
Slide
can't
out
wait,
there.
man.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be
hoping.
amazing.
it's fun.
Yeah, being like I said, hey, come by all the qualifiers, and maybe even in Vegas next year. That would be that'd be awesome. Like I love interacting with this. I don't know, something about the competitor community is it's like um, everyone is like really good at jiu-jitsu. Everyone's like super humble. There's no, like no assholes at all. Which actually, in my opinion, isn't the case for all of jiu-jitsu, right?
Right.
But like this,
You try to weed them out.
you gotta, yeah. Like
Like
this
for the
particular,
that's one of the things Brandon does with the people though is like that's almost part of his selection process. They don't make it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Like I noticed, just like everyone, Steve. I mean, all of the Twisters owners, every single athlete, every single person behind the scenes. BMAX crew, obviously his staff. Like everyone is just, you know, Isaac, Michael, Keelan, obviously, all these guys. I mean,
Keelan sucks.
like everyone is just so like warm and welcoming, you know, like we're probably the only two brown dudes at, you know, in Alabama for like miles,
Oh no,
miles and miles.
Cholo BJJ was there too.
Cholo
That
BJJ,
was
shout out
dude. That
Dewey, yes.
like I was trying not to fanboy out too much too when I saw them. I was like, is that them? Is that him? No way, he's here. No way. And then they came up and talked to me outside. I was like, oh, I don't even have my phone to take a picture. Oh no. So I never even got to
Bro,
take a
we're
picture.
brown too.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, y'all are my Puerto Rican brothers. I know, like we in this, but you know, you're not cholos though.
yeah.
Y'all don't have the cholo
That's
BJJ.
cool. I'm not
Damn,
trying to be
fool.
solo. I'm just saying
Yeah.
we're brown too.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, that was
Different
so
flavors.
cool.
Different flavors
Yeah.
of brown.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Michael and Dewey were so cool. Like, I mean, they're just like so spontaneous, like funny, and like I don't know, just like really, really awesome people. Good energy, man. I don't know, something about this PGF community. Maybe it is like the leadership and everyone involved. Like, it's like you only get like just really good energy people. You know, like good vibration people that are just kind and warm and genuine. It's just it's really, really awesome to see, man.
Thanks for saying that though. That like we do talk about like that's one of the things that we want as our thing is that that's important for us. And like I said, the other people don't make it. They can't hang for some reason. You know, whether they
Couldn't make the date.
they exit themselves exactly. They can't make the date. You know, for some reason they just end up not being there.
I see. That's good because you know the way that you know Matt and JC and Shane and you know the Twisters, you know, is the way that they were describing what they're doing and seeing in the mornings and the parents, it's almost like you're creating sort of like almost like an academy pipeline, like getting kids into training, you know, turning them into these monsters when they're like, you know, before puberty, and then they like actually become, you know, young adults, and they can kind of get into this draft academia. It's kind of treating this with the same level of thought and vision and process as like these, you know, these more elite sports. You know, football. I'm a big fan of like the Premier League in England. You know, they have like academies, right? And it's a big deal to kind of get selected as an academy. So I see future for the Twisters where, you know, being accepted to the Alabama Twisters Academy, this sort of select competition team that kind of feeds into becoming draft eligible at the PGF qualifiers, could be a really, really neat kind of thing for them.
Kind of like the minor leagues.
Yeah, like minor leagues, exactly.
Yep. And two of the Twisters owners are coaches in the collegiate like club national thing. One for Alabama and one for Auburn. Shane for the Cage Fit. He's the head coach for the Auburn like club jiu-jitsu team. And oh my gosh, his name's not coming to me.
Russ
Jacob Lamar. He's the
he's
the Alabama coach for their jiu-jitsu club team. So it's like they're tied into it. Like yes, I think there's a thing that's developing over there in that where they're gonna have that at some point. You know,
that's so awesome, and I think that it also like it tracks because again, like I feel like when you teach anyone who like teaches younger people, they're just like maybe that's like this also self-selecting thing where like assholes just don't tend to do that. Like you kind of got to be, you know, nice
kind of person.
You know, yeah, a certain kind of person. Exactly. Yeah. Even like the person that was like doing the rules or teaching the rules to the kids. What's his name?
Oh man.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
And gosh. And I can think of his Instagram handle off the top of my head, but yes, he was really good too.
Yeah.
Like just thorough with what they were doing, and like I don't know, good tact.
Yeah,
I guess
good
would be
tact.
a good way to say it, I guess. Yeah. like just handled it smoothly.
And like I feel like if you work with kids, like you're automatically going to be someone that is that sort of type of person that represents.
Somebody's braces got stuck in a rash guard or something. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hold on, we got a
Right.
rash guard in the braces," and I was like, "What? Hold on."
Yeah.
Like I guess that is a kids thing that happens more. Like I don't see that in the PGF very often.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just so amazed at the scale, the vision, the ambition of the vision. It's just like it's so. And I think there's another team, that's in the works or something like that. Like that is so cool. I mean, talking to BMAC, like he has.
Yep.
I mean, he's like
We got the fourth one.
he's basically. I mean, his vision is so grand. I think there's three teams. This is the third team, right? At Alabama, is that right?
There's third, yeah. The Phenoms, Alabama, and
Colorado.
so Philadelphia,
The
Alabama, and
Vegas
Vegas,
Kings.
the Kings.
Yeah, and then he wants like so many teams like over the next couple of years. So like, I mean, I'm just
Are you
imagining.
thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, we were actually. I'm inspired.
The Virginia
I'm definitely
team.
inspired. Team Submission Sensei. 2 years from now, that would be freaking awesome.
I mean, you can do what the
Represent.
Twisters are doing. There's 9 of them. You can
Thing
get
is,
like
What's the city? What's the city you guys are based in?
we're in Virginia,
Arlington.
Arlington Falls Church.
Yeah. So, hey,
But see, here's the thing. Like, I gotta get good at jiu-jitsu first. I cannot own a team.
No,
of jiu-jitsu.
bro.
Like, if I'm like that,
You're not gonna be the coach. You're just gonna be a team owner. You're gonna hire a
strategy guy.
coach. You
ethically, I gotta get better, man. I gotta compete.
Submission Sensei is going to be the coach.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
The
go.
first,
There you
the
go.
first
What,
AI
help me
coach.
make this. You're going to plug in the draft, and you're going to be like, "Hey, these are the guys in the draft. Give me the correct strategy for point scoring, and then also
that'd be kinda
point
cool.
eliminating for the who's going to not give up, because you don't want a guy that's going to score a bunch, but then also give up a bunch, because that's a net
Yeah.
zero. You want a guy that may score a little more and not give up some, right? So yeah, I think Submission Sensei he might be the guy.
Shit, you might have to like plug it into like Smooth Comp or something so you can get some stats.
Start getting stats. Or train it to watch video and do live reactions. You'd be like, look, I need you to sound like a Brazilian coach. Okay, you gotta put press, be heavy. But if it gets stuck in a loop, it's gonna be screaming that the whole time as their bottom mount. Put press, be heavy. Put press, be heavy. Put press, be heavy. So you gotta work out the bugs first if they do appear.
There's no reason to do anything else, right? If it's working,
That's right.
stay on task, brother.
Even give it Derek Lewis mode. Stand up, stand up, stand up. That's pretty good too.
Dude, that is so funny. That's hilarious. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh, if we could get that going by Vegas, just for the lulls, just
That's the whole point.
Oh no, that's super funny. But hey guys, it's been a blast. I gotta bounce now, but
Oh yeah,
I'm
it's been an hour. I was like, yeah, we'll probably get him for like 15 minutes.
Listen, thank you so much for taking the time
sure.
to talk with us and telling the peeps about Submission Sensei or Sense AI.
We call it Sensei, but
Sensei.
Sensei AI talks about the jiu-jitsu, so I get it.
So, any plug the website, any shout outs that you want to give out, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. First off, thanks so much for having me. It was a blast speaking with y'all. You guys are so much fun. So thank you. I'll get you guys the apps for sure. For anyone else that's interested in playing around with the app or this sort of early access, and critically going on this AI startup journey together, join the waitlist at submissionsensei.com. We'll have probably a link or something here. Submission Sensei, senseai.com. And we're going to be launching in a couple weeks' time. Follow us on Instagram at Submission Sensei. And send them some love, some good vibes, because it's going to be launch week in a couple weeks' time.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
that's what's up. Well, we'll probably Steven will probably see you in Vegas. I'll be around Vegas if I can make it, but I'm sure Steven will see you for sure.
Yes,
yeah, man,
for sure.
I hope so, man. It was definitely good hanging out. Glad we got you to do this too because we talked about it yesterday, and I was like, oh, let me, quick turnaround, but yeah, we got it done. That's awesome.
Awesome. Hey, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you,
Peace.
Sid.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, Dream. So, qualifier yesterday, Alabama.
Alabama.
It was awesome.
Sisters, hosted a pretty damn good, qualifier.
It was pretty good.
It was fire. I was disappointed that I did not see Hanson Kevin go claim his spot as he should be, in this season. Is his weight class. Well, he's a coach now, so he probably don't care.
Too busy being handsome. It happens.
There was a few people there that I was impressed with. Noah, which was PGF vet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
He's the
Yeah.
man
Noah
now.
Randolph.
It's been a minute. It's been
Bro,
5 years
like-
we met Noah, right?
dude, I was like, who the fuck is this dude wearing an old school PGF?
The OG rash guard,
And
right?
then I'm like,
It's like some homeless dude. They just signed up real quick. We have an old rash guard.
bro, I was
Oh,
like,
that's Noah.
is that Noah? He got the goatee, he got the crew cut and shit. He looking like an assassin and shit. He did really good, man. He
did.
had a
He
good
did.
day. I mean, granted, he didn't, win it, but he had a good day.
Yeah. Only one dude can win it.
Yep.
So it's like that. And there was some good dudes there. That was the thing too. Is like at first I was unsure what the level was gonna be because I'm cursory familiar with some of these guys, and with some of them I really hadn't seen much. And then I did, after the fact here realize that we had seen Parker or Anthony or Parker or Anthony Parker
Or TV dinner.
or TV dinner, Mr. Salisbury Steak himself,
The hungry man XXL.
Hungry man.
big dog status. He was part of the Little Grapplers
I saw the
thing
I saw
with
the-
Jet Thompson.
yeah, I
So
saw
he's
Little
training partners with Jet. He knows what's up. He's seen this thing. He's watched it. I'm sure they've trained it a bunch. Things like that. So he is someone that was not just out of nowhere, maybe
imagine
to come in and do this thing.
imagine the Vegas Kings grabbing this kid and having Jet and that kid and Cam on the team.
So they announced yesterday
Yeah.
on the show that the Twisters have signed Kevin Buring and some scrub named Elijah Carlton to their team for
We already knew
next
that.
season. So they can't. So they can't take him though. So they can't just take Parker. They could have possibly just taken him without having to select someone else. But they've already taken 2 players in, and so now he's going to go into the draft. So he could end up on the Hollers.
No, I understand. He could.
Holla.
He could end up in any team. I'm just saying that it would be, kind of interesting.
I mean, I would love to get him on the Hollers to rival Jet. That would be just a good storyline for us.
I mean, if a team can sign up to 2 people, right? And then pick 3 in the draft.
Pre-game, yep. And then 3 in the draft, yep.
Oh,
So
and make it happen, dog.
Nagosh.
Yeah, like listen, you
Holla at you.
Yeah, holla at him.
Hey,
Right?
listen.
So that way, no other team is hollering at the draft trying to draft him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so did everybody so I didn't know how many of those teams and their 2 players have been announced then, because I didn't know that was I don't know what's in I didn't know that was common knowledge. I didn't know that was for
Well-
sure even yesterday.
So we've been getting some rumors.
So that's it. We got rumors. We heard stuff, but but it was like we don't know.
Real quick, I got to give the Phenoms an idea. Real quick, if you get what I'm saying. What they need to do for their people is say they sign code name Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. That's how they unlock the characters. That's their code names for now. I'm just saying. Keeping it in relations to Philly.
So I'm gonna post something here on the screen because
Uh-oh.
somebody
I don't like your tone.
what do you mean?
I'm just kidding. And like I said, I'm gonna post something here on the screen and
Well, here's the thing.
explain this.
Here's the thing. We've been getting information, or listen, we're not journalists, but somebody sent us a picture and asked us what is going on
Sources.
here. And the picture, Dream, hold on, it's uploading.
What's it load?
Processing here.
Can we see the
Okay, that's the ownership of the Phenoms
ownership
having
and
at a Western.
the what?
I don't know what there's a guy in the background or whatever. What am I seeing here? What are
Right,
we
but
supposed to
who are they with?
Where's Sensei database? Do you know who that is, Mickey? Off the rip.
Off the right.
Does anybody? We got comments, commenters. Where'd you get the picture?
I can't tell you, because then we reveal the source.
So somebody told you
So somebody was asking.
there's a random. Is this like that's their homie or what?
I don't know. Apparently, it's a grappler that they're looking to sign.
Miggy, can you get the IP address or whatever?
Yeah, let me hack into the mainframe real quick.
Yeah, find out where this picture came from. This dude, he's.
I thought you would know the guy.
I don't know. I can't really like the person right here. I can't see much of him.
Yeah,
so it's just like a head sticking
Just
out.
the
Like,
head.
I don't really.
How do I not know that's someone just holding up a fat head trying to throw us off, brother? I see no body on this gentleman. They could
That
easily
could
put
be
it on
all by
a stick,
itself.
right? They could have been like this with the face on a popsicle stick, holding it in frame for the photo, brother.
That's real.
Psychological warfare is a real thing, dog.
I don't even know where you got yeah. You won't tell me where you got it from. I'm not gonna believe that.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. You talk amongst yourself. I have to take this.
Oh man,
He's being weird, bro. Yeah. This being weird. That must be Brandon or somebody.
Right. He's like, you revealed too much type shit.
He posted a picture. He's like, hold on, brother.
Right. He's like, hey,
that doesn't work for me, brother.
You know, it could have been AI for all I know, brother. Mm-hmm.
Sensei hitting him up. It's like, bro, you weren't supposed to leak that.
Right.
Part.
Like, yo, they know too much.
So I'm assuming that might be somebody that the Phenoms are talking to, I guess is what they're trying to say. I'm about to find out who we're talking about.
I guess I can safely say Allen Iverson is probably not going to be on the team. I had hopes we'd make PGF history. Yeah, I hope we get AI, but damn. So close.
The submission sensei is
Allen
Iverson.
Yes, it is,
bro.
You're like, Allen, so we know you don't practice. We know you
don't need practice. You just need these
gifs,
player. You know? These gifts or gifs or whatever. Hey. Let me holler at you.
Holler at you, AI.
Oh, bike. What was that? Was that your mysterious donor?
It was the source.
What'd they say? Who is it?
He said that I wasn't supposed to post that.
Who said that?
My source. He said he was.
No way.
He said that that was just for my eyes. I said,
well, who is it though? Well, then who is it though?
I can't say that.
Trouble.
Yeah, I was
breaking the rules.
Yeah, sorry. But anyway, apparently
better him than me, Mig.
Listen, they're trying to sign some players. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. You gotta get them now because obviously the Twisters put in the highest scoring player from the PGF. You know, somebody that's I don't know knows the game as well as anyone else as far as competitors go, and he's also on a redemption tour here. So I don't know. Full strength Elijah might be crazy,
bro.
Then he's got his homie. I was about to say, then he's got his homie and training partner, good friend,
Gordon Buring.
Kevin Buring, who could help him, someone that could maybe be part of that like strategy of helping stay centered week to week, somebody that's really familiar and like a homie on your team and not like having like they were there before together, but they were against each other, I believe. The last time Kevin was there.
Yeah.
So even though it's cool, it's still not the same thing as being like we're fighting for this together.
Right.
So
Kevin was in first form in team first form, and Elijah was team X Marshall, if I'm not mistaken. That was season 6.
That sounds right.
Here's a question: is the champ coming back to defend? We haven't heard anything.
Who's the champ?
Andy.
Who's Andy?
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. No, Andy Varela. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Okay.
I
All right.
don't know. I don't know. I was just
I
joking.
haven't heard anything.
We were in speculation mode, so I was just like, I went too far. That's the tism. Yeah, the computers be booting.
Anything else that we want to touch on before we
Man, yeah, the qualifiers for sure. A few things. One, like like Sid had said, the energy off the hook. Anybody that walked out there, especially from any of the kind of local teams that had people, they traveled and they cheered for them. So that was really fun. That's something I think that's going to help build this thing up and make it what we're trying to do is having the fans there and having them hyped up and getting the athletes like bought into that experience as well. Names we've already mentioned. Noah Randolph was a show out. Alex Denson from 10th Planet Birmingham. I felt like had a pretty good day. Yeah, he got a couple like Americanas from that like Star Hold kind of thing.
He looks strong.
He scrapped pretty hard. Yeah, he scrapped hard. He had a good vibe too. Like it was funny over there. Standing to the side, we were laughing and joking together and stuff about some stuff. So shout out
he was
to
very
Alex.
likable. Hell yeah.
Whit Rain also good day.
Beard,
He
yeah.
looked good too. Yeah. From a distance, I was like, is that like Nunchuck's cousin? I think him and Nunchuck might have some genetic relativism going on in there.
Y'all got 23andMe.
We've seen Whit at qualifiers for previous seasons and stuff, and he's always been pretty tough. And he was tough again yesterday. And I thought he was going to be able to get through, but he wasn't able to get through. And so Anthony or Parker Salisbury being the winner, obviously the biggest kind of standout of the day. But man, we had dudes doing backflips. Israel Will in the pink Hello Kitty singlet,
Hello
doing backflips. And then his opponent Garrett Moore doing the full splits out there. It's just like the twerk team tryouts going on post match.
Twerk Olympics.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's entertained. It's having a good time, and they were doing spinning flips and things like that. So that was part of the thing that maybe I don't know if it was on the air as much or whatever, but they were doing that stuff like after matches and things, just kind of like. It was fun. So that I could say shouts out to everybody that was there, the crowd, the fans, everybody that Cage Fit, their team really was really good on the setup. It's a nice facility. It was very clean. And they quickly went to work, like putting it back together and taking stuff apart or whatever from the show. But everybody had good vibes. It was a lot more cool, fun, and well ran than I kind of expected it to be. And not that I expected it to be bad in any way. But it was just clean. Like everything was just smooth. We just jumped right in and went to work, So that was really fun. I'm looking forward to the next time we get to go to Alabama and do a show, because I think the next time we were talking maybe about having a venue and doing an event kind of show,
bro,
with some of the same things. So.
Should be done like at night with just like the spotlight on the mats. I love that shit.
Something like that, so I don't know exactly. They were talking about ideas, potential things that could happen, like not even a qualifier, but a Twisters.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the invitation, a Twisters invitational of sorts, or something to keep the vibes high, because that community was riding out. It was a lot of fun. So we want to keep that stuff going for sure. And it was like a 2-hour drive for me, so I'm down.
Bring Hoffa and Matt Mash and put 3 other guys together.
They had some autograph posters of those guys there. That they stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Some dude makes posters that are cool, and they were signing them. So. No big deal.
I wish that I had better photos to make the posters, but I used what I had.
Yeah, you got what you got, and it was cool though. People were loving it. Those kids were walking around with those things in their hands, and it was like cool. So, I'm glad I thought to say that out loud to you too, because that was your art also with us. That's it. The kid, like, people enjoy your stuff, man. It's very cool.
That makes
so that was another element.
Some kid enjoy
this. This is the thing. Yeah, it's the thing we're doing now, and that was part of it.
Just wait till the holler sign somebody, and I'm like
holla. We get Andre 3000. He's gonna be our GM.
All right. Yeah,
so fresh and so clean.
You know, when they do some damage, you got to say sorry, Miss Jackson. Did not mean to crack your son and make him lose that way. You know, it'd be like that.
That was a good try.
It was. I was trying to get some. Try to go through that catalog, player. I'm horrible at the art of storytelling. Sorry.
What else do we add before we go?
Mickey, you can go, I guess.
Shit, what's up? Oh, I'm gonna say this right here above me, my banner. I got a gym with some boys. We opened up. Thank you to everyone that showed us some support. Shout outs to the haulers for sending us care packages with some of the freshest merch. Which don't sleep on it, son. Get a shirt, make your mama holla, she'll call you type stuff. All right. We got some things going, and shout out to Chris Wojcik, came by the seminar, also showed love to the haulers.
Yeah.
They blessed.
How was that?
T-shirt. It was amazing. He did a full ecological seminar for us, so we nerded out with that. Yeah, man, that was super cool. We did not have when we booked him, we did not have a venue secured yet, and he even pulled us aside. He was like, "Hey, man, was I supposed to be the grand opening the whole time?" We're like, "Well, what happened was when we booked you, we didn't know where we were going to do this, and so here we are now. Fast forward a few months and hosted him on our own space, man. It's freaking crazy. Still has not hit me yet. I'm still in disbelief."
Well, congratulations. Awesome. You've been talking about doing this for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah.
That this was one of your goals. So again, congrats.
Thank you. You guys helped me get to this. You guys kept me grounded. I got to see how his dream did his over there. And dog, y'all normal. No, y'all kept me realistic with this. This ain't some magical thing that tomorrow's gonna be making millions of dollars type shit. But you guys kept me real, and hey, Rudy, man, Mythical Rudy.
Mythical Rudy.
Dog.
It doesn't have a ring when you have to say Mythical Rudy. You just say Rudy.
No, true.
Yeah, I feel that.
But anyway, Dream. Anything else? Anything you want to?
We are in this is it. The 2026 PGF season is essentially underway now. The first qualifier is down. We know Parker Salisbury is coming into the draft. We know Elijah Carlton and Kevin Buring are coming to take part for the Twisters as well. We know that we got a picture from Philadelphia of some person having dinner with the Phenoms, who is likely to be their first athlete, and I'm going to find that out this week. I'll talk to Lauren Barone, the owner and president of the Phenoms, this week, and I'll probably be able to have that information for everybody either on my show Wednesday or back here Sunday.
So your shows are on Wednesdays on the Dream Channel at what time?
Man, we just be doing stuff. Isaac, he be wandering, and so he's in Cancun at times, and then Monterey, and then he's in Alabama right now. So sometimes it was Wednesday historically, but lately it's been like a Thursday or a Friday thing. So just go over there and you gotta hit that subscribe button. Or how do you find it all the time? You get notifications or whatever, Wallow?
Yeah, I'm subscribed to your channel. So
that's what I'm saying. So whatever, how do you always know? You're always there.
When I join your channel, I subscribed and I hit the little bell icon that says all. So anytime we go live, it'll send me a notification saying the Dream Show is live.
Boom. That's how you do it. If you want to know, just like Wallow knows, you can do that. It'll tell you, and you can slide in there and holler at your boy.
Follow Isaac on Instagram too, and you can see it that way sometimes.
Oh yeah, he probably posted it because he makes the link similarly like you do, like 10 seconds before it's time. He's like, all right, the links are posted. It's like, dog, where I'm gonna post them at. So yeah, the Daily Stack, the Wandering Grappler, whatever Isaac is, whichever, all of them.
All his egos, bro. He got altar ones, side ones, fake ones, main ones. He got them all.
What about you?
I found out through
you about to hit the streets in the Honda or what?
Nah, bro.
Big body Benz.
I already did that earlier.
Big body Benz. The big body Benz. My boy out here racing on Twitch. Find him at Twitch. Big body Benzo. Wallow J.
Yeah, big body Benzo.
He not gonna tell you, but I'll tell you, he out there. He in the streets. He's in the streets.
My boy about to bring back the Fast and Furious.
I'm on the track.
That's it. They got that's true. That's right. He got the whole car, everything. We need to do like an episode about that or something one day,
Yeah,
like your
we-
cribs.
Bro,
Go to Wallow's crib and we all play your game or something.
so somebody's got to like produce that because I'm gonna be
That'd
playing.
be fun. No, you can't do it all. Of course. Yeah. Well, maybe we can find wherever Isaac is and have him be there. Wander his ass to Jacksonville.
You can just lie to him and say it's Cancun. If we say it enough, he'll believe it, not question it. Man, there's a lot of gringos in Cancun, but I can't think I'm a gringo. So to be saying, you know, oh, yeah,
He wouldn't know any better.
Bro, I think at this point he's Mexican. I don't
yeah,
think
right. He ain't white no more.
No, like I hear him.
He's Mexican vanilla. That's what he said last night. He's like, he's Mexican vanilla.
Horchata.
I don't know if that works. So that's like rice milk, right?
Yeah. He said churro.
We said that too. But yeah, we didn't think horchata was the good one, but he said he liked Mexican vanilla. He saw that somewhere as a thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna say that. So
Mexican vanilla just means that they use like real cane sugar.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That might be his stage name,
That's
bro.
the bullshit that they use here.
I know him as
that's
Isaac.
his luchador name.
Yeah, that's his stage name. I know him as Isaac, and I'm gonna call him Isaac. His mama names him Isaac. I'm gonna call him Isaac. You know.
Yeah, whatever Miss Amy says, that's what we're gonna play.
I'm gonna call him Clay.